question first. The news Jack Dempsey's leaving, obviously you played with him for a couple of years, but how did the playing group react to that news?
Look, I think everyone's aware that it's a great opportunity for Jack. He's been a great servant to the club for I think about 7 years. He's been a product of the pathway, and he'll hopefully bring up about 50 caps this year. With a lot of injuries, I think the boys are pretty stoked for him. It'll be a great opportunity for him to apply his wares overseas in a different setting. Obviously, we're real disappointed to lose him, but we're excited for him.
Given Michael Hooper as well and Rob Simmons, the exodus, another player though going, does it start to kind of go like, why is that happening, or why are people leaving?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I know Jack's, reasons, aren't a matter of, jumping off a sinking ship or anything. We're really confident with the playing group we've got here, and although young, we're really keen for the season and the future. I know it obviously, means we're going to strip a little bit more of that experience that we are lacking a little bit, but I suppose, it creates good opportunity for the likes of Will Harris, Carlo Tizzano, Charlie Gamble, like those blokes who are probably been behind Jack for the last couple of seasons to step forward and start getting that exposure and that experience. It is disappointing, but I think we've got the squad to make up for it.
It's a pretty formidable Reds pack. Always, but this year in particular, how do you nullify their threats up front?
Look, obviously a lot of it's going to come from set piece. They're boasting pretty impressive stats around their set piece, and especially their scrummaging. That's going to be probably our first and foremost plan of attack, is try and nullify that, and from there it's the rest is pretty much just what it is to be a forward. You want to front up, you want to send your opposite number backwards, and score more points to them. So look, that's our job as the pack. We're going to try and nullify them around that set piece, and then around the field, just same as you would any other pack.
It's been obviously a push to try and make the game a little bit quicker. Obviously, scrum resets going to try and get through those a bit quicker. As a forward pack, how do you feel about that? The game quickening up, if you will.
Personally, not that good, but look, I think it really suits the rest of our pack. The bigger boys might complain about it and huff and puff when we're trying to get the most of that 30-second clock at the scrum, but I think it suits us really well. I think we've got a good pack that's mobile, that likes to work hard, that likes to play with a bit of gusto, a bit of tempo. So for us, it suits us really well. It's obviously going to be something we have to get used to, especially as front rowers. But like I said, I think that'll benefit us, and I think it'll be good.
You're not going to be packing necessarily against Taniela, but any side that has 10 or 2 bows, it's going to be formidable. How do the Tars stop him at the scrum particularly?
Well, we've got Angus Bell. he's a beast. Angus has put in a lot of work in the off season. Having been with him in that Wallabies camp for 3 months, I mean, he had 3 months of he pushed me and other blokes out of the way to try and get reps against Taniela, and he knows that he got humbled last couple of times he's played him. He's had a lot of growth. And I think he's really up for the challenge. Look, that's probably it. We won't give away too much, but Angus has put in a lot of effort, and we've got some great front rowers on the bench, and we're really happy with how we've been training around our set piece. So go Belly.
Given that this is based in 80th minute try in the last game of last year, separated you guys from essentially finals berth, what's the realistic expectations this team has heading into the season?
Yeah, look, obviously really disappointing. You kind of look at all the what-ifs of last season, any disallowed tries or tries we let in and stuff like that. It obviously was disappointing that it came down to the wire like that. And you do feel a bit helpless. But at the end of the day, we're the kind of masters of our own destiny there, and the architects of our own demise. We did that to ourselves. So I think for us, we want to start the season fast. We want to start on our front foot. We've got obviously to beat the opposite franchises twice. We played them twice. We've got to beat them twice and put ourselves in the best position to make the finals. I think for us, it's not putting ourselves into that bit of limbo where we're hoping and sweating on results. We think we've got a team that can go all the way, and if we want to go all the way, we've got to make sure that we cement ourselves in the finals. So, yeah, it's about starting fast, taking each week, 1 week at a time, and trying to get ourselves into that pole position and go from there.
And Harry, just you've been around the group for now quite a few years. Is there anything that feels a little bit different about this year? Obviously, there's a lot of different people that have now gone, but Rob being here for the second year now, does it feel like things are getting back on track? Or
I think Rob's had a pretty difficult run. You look at, you've got a World Cup turnover. That you're always going to shed a lot of players. You've got COVID. You've got a young group coming through. It's not a matter of excuses, but I think giving the opportunity to have a bit more consistency with training, consistency with the playing group. Rob's really starting to implement some pretty impressive stuff within the group, and we back him 100% as a playing group and as a leadership group. I think the boys really respect him and the way he respects the players. I think that's probably a big thing. And look, I think he's really starting to kind of find his feet in the role. Like I said, with that consistency, getting to know these new players a lot better and how they operate. And I think we're going to have a really good year with him at the helm.